Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. And sorry I slurred there, but I think these 3D glasses are making me drunk. Granted, 3D glasses don't do that, so. And you're probably wondering what the fuck am I doing with these? Well, it's another Blu-ray DVD update, as well as I'm unboxing, I'm packaging. And before I get to them packaging, thanks to my good friend Mike OCP Communications, he sent me some gifts, and I haven't seen them yet. I just put them over there and hid them. That way it'll be genuine reaction. But I figured I'd show some of the stuff I picked up before that. And thank you once again, Mike, for whatever you sent. Whatever it is, I appreciate that. I appreciate anyone who has ever sent me a gift. I know there are people out there that get pissed off I did send free gifts. So, just to piss those guys off, I'll say, if anyone wants to send me a free gift, feel free. I'll take it. Just to piss those guys off. Sorry, I'm not going to... Usually I don't say no to free shit. There you go. So, getting to what I have picked up. First off, it is Silent Madness. And this is the reason why I have these. Silent Madness is a 1984 slasher film. Is a bit misleading. It's a little bit of a slasher film, but it's more of a... in a way, more of a thriller. I think if you're going to expecting more of a thriller type of... If you're expecting a bloodbath slasher a la Friday the 13th, you may be disappointed. But one of the reasons I enjoyed it, it didn't seem like a by-the-numbers... Okay, take a few steps back. A long while ago, I tried to do this 80s horror marathon, but then I realized there was so many fucking films, I just could not finish it. Especially that anytime soon, so I stopped. But one of the films I had seen but had not reviewed was Silent Madness. And I rather enjoyed it. It stars this lady named Belinda Montgomery. And let me just show you the back here. The terror's just begun. And show you the cover before I move along. This is released by Vinegar Syndrome. Has quite a few features. And it has a 3D version. And it is the uncut version, because if you try to find this on YouTube, you may walk into the cut version. In particular, there's a bit in the third act in this ventilation shaft where a chunk of that was missing. It's not really that gory of a movie, but there's a few kills here and there snipped. And that was really annoying. So it's nice that it's the uncut version, and you can watch it in 3D, which looked really cool, because, granted, because you want... It just depends how your TV is set up and how close it is to you. My TV is fairly far away, so it's not like it was bouncing to my face, but it was this sort of... It's like watching a 3D hologram. That's the way I viewed it, and that was pretty cool, even on that aspect. And it's got some nice making of material. But the film itself, Belinda Montgomery, I think she was in Tron? Or maybe the sequel to Tron? But yeah, she was really solid in this. She's almost like a female Dr. Loomis. It's about because of this error at this hospital, the wrong guy's released. And she's trying to find the truth, but the hospitals are trying to cover up, and they're even sending 2 orderlies to not only capture the killer, but also to silence her. So that, yeah, there's a little bit of a thriller aspect, as well as a little bit of a slasher aspect. I guess this film had enough character in it for me that I rather enjoyed it. Belinda Montgomery's performance I thought was solid. You have a couple appearances from people in Sleepaway Camp. The woman that was the bitchy lady, the bitchy teen. She's in this as a much nicer character. I forget the actress's name. Also, Ronnie, one of the camp counselors, he's in this in a small role. And I liked a little bit of the kills, at least how inventive they were. One person just killed with a weight set, which was interesting. One just killed while playing a Dragon's Lair video game, the arcade game. one person gets a drill in the head, which I would say is the goriest part of the film. You have I like the third act where the killer's chasing Belinda through this ventilation shaft and she gets stuck and he puts this rotor ruler drill type of thing down to try to slice her up. This movie was, the lead was better acted than I thought it would be. The plot was, I don't want to say, it is a typical plot, but at the same time, it felt like trying to do something a bit more different compared to something like Terror on Tour or Final Exam. I'll take this over Final Exam any day. Like I said, if you're going into it expecting a straight and through slasher film with wall-to-wall gore, you will be disappointed. But yeah, I thought it was enough fun aspects. There's a point where the killer's throwing an axe. It's supposed to be a 3D effect. It becomes like a little animation. That was entertaining. And yeah, it was cool to watch that they tried to make a 3D slasher film, but one that no one talks about and remembers. Didn't get much of a release at all. And I said the making of material, this is a great release by Vinegar Syndrome. Absolutely great release. So, that's Silent Madness. Next up is Broken Fist, also known as Broken Path, also known as Attack of the Yakuza. I reviewed this getting almost a year ago. I think when I reviewed it, it was under the title Broken Path, and I was rather surprised by this. This was very entertaining. Starred a guy named Johnny Yong Bosch, who's from the TV show Power Rangers. And like I said, I was really impressed. It's the closest you'll get to if someone is asking what's a movie that's pretty much 80 minutes of one long fight scene. That's kind of this. Because it's about a guy with his wife, their daughter's just gone off on a trip. They're trying to have some fun together. A group of thugs come in. I forget if about 5 of them. A couple of assailants pretty much are attacking him and his wife. And he's holding them off, and you realize he's got a pass with these guys and gal. And just constant fighting and survival, going from point B to point C, blocking and fighting each of these guys. And yeah, it gets ridiculous that many times being punched in the head, someone's going to be dead. Like sooner than they were. Or just incapacitated and not be able to move. But if you're able to go along with that, it's a fun, fast-paced. I got a Blu-ray of this from Germany called Attack of the Yakuza. But I do not recommend that version because that is a cut version. That is an edited version. This is from the UK. DVD from the UK. And it's from 4 Digital Media. That's the company, 4 Digital Media. I'll have this on the side. And this is the uncut. There's a point where Johnny Yong Bosch takes one of the villains, takes the head and does affected Jason Voorhees 180, or takes a hacksaw and literally saws another villain's arm off. So yeah, this is the one to get if you want to get it in better picture quality than it is on YouTube, and the uncut version, Broken Fist, from the UK. Next up, I talked about I had the Three Stooges, and they were not really the discs were a bit scratched up. So I got this because it was cheaper. The complete DVD collection of the Three Stooges. Now, the thing about this set is the DVDs are stacked. That's why you have this many in one small set. They stacked the discs. So I said, fuck it. I took the discs out, and I still have the packaging for these. So I just took them out and put them in these so they'll be secured more on the package. Because the reason I got it in the first place is because the those DVDs, something happened during the trip, and a lot of them got scratched up, and I'm like, fuck. Of course, it had to be those. Couldn't be like a shitty Steven Seagal film. It had to be the Three Stooges. But now I have it. And, you know, this is an empty box, but I figured I'd show it to let people know what... This is the cheaper, if you want the complete Three Stooges, this is the cheaper one to get. But again, just realize if you do get this, it is... If I can open the fucking thing. It'll look like this, and all the stuff is stacked on there. So... And for a minute I had to go, is this fucking Mill Creek Entertainment? But no, this is Sony Columbia Pictures. But again, like I said, if you want the cheaper, that's the way to get it. And it's the exact same disc, same artwork and everything, but that is up to you. I got this because it was cheap, and I remember not minding it. So... Green Eggs and Ham Season 1, where Michael Douglas voices this character. I did not mind for what it is. I liked the 2D animation. I thought it was pretty to look at. This guy took a bit to get used to, the younger character with his voice, but I thought later on in the season they gave him a little bit more emotional story to him, which I appreciated. And like I said, Michael Douglas, I thought it was interesting to have him voice the... Oh, what the hell was his character's name? Can't believe I forgot. Guy. Because the younger one is Sam I Am, and he's known as Guy. Ellen DeGeneres produced this? I didn't even know that. No features or anything. 2-disc set. So. Which is funny. This was on Netflix, and why is it that sometimes Netflix releases something on DVD and sometimes they fucking don't? Thought this was Netflix, but I'm not seeing Netflix on here. Maybe it was made, but then they just showed it on Netflix. For some reason, I thought this was Netflix original. But I'm not seeing Netflix anywhere on here. Okay, maybe not. But yeah, Green Eggs and Ham. I did enjoy that. This was a gift that my friend Michael OCP sent me from Vinegar's Syndrome. I don't know why I can't talk. Vinegar Syndrome. Fade to Black. This is a very good... I guess technically you'd call it a horror film, but this is more of a psychological drama. There's a little bit of horror because he does dress up as these characters, the mummy, vampire, as well as characters like Hopalong Cassidy. The cover makes it seem as if he's a fan of only horror films, but it's much more. He's also a fan of James Cagney films, stuff with Marilyn Monroe. I think that was one of the points that I want to bring up. They just don't want to say, oh, he's a horror geek, horror film fans, and that's why he goes crazy. They don't do that. Would have been easy to do something stupid like that, but they didn't. And so you got Dennis Christopher, who was in the 1990 Stephen King's It, among others, as Eric Benford, who lives and loves for the movies. All types of movies back in the day, and how it has all this trivia, knowledge, and works at a factory that deals with 35mm or maybe 16mm, I forget. 16 or 35. I forgot. And then one day he meets a girl that reminds him very much of Marilyn Monroe. And a bunch of other stuff happens. He's slowly losing his mind and starts fulfilling his movie fantasies. And I don't want to give too much away if you haven't seen it. Like I said, if you look up the trailer, if you look up a TV spot and you are interested, it's definitely worth a look. Yeah, I thought Christopher did a great job. The Blu-ray itself, I'll say this. I mean, you have 3 commentaries. One with Dennis Christopher, one with Hysteria Continues, which is a slasher podcast, and one with film historians Manda Reyes and Bill Ackerman, which they seem like fans of the film, at least it seemed like it. You also did an on-camera interview with Dennis Christopher, which honestly for features, that's really the only thing major to get for me. And the fact that they did that, I would say overall that's a win. But yet, executive producer Erwin Yablans interviewed, special effects artist interviewed, a few more. So, still got quite a decent amount of features in this. Not really a fan of this cover. Much prefer this one. Actually, yeah, this one I prefer the most. This one. Kind of wish the cover was this picture, but oh well. But yeah, very nice gift. Thank you so much for that, Mike. I really appreciate it. Then we have the Three Stooges, Hey Mo, Hey Dad, which I will probably wait and show this because I also am going to do a Three Stooges video it's another pay request for John Cool. He wanted to know my thoughts on the Three Stooges in general, and maybe I'll show this more in depth than that. But this is a 9-part documentary on their life, hosted by Mo Howard's son. But yeah, it's a miniseries, 9-part, about the life and career of these guys. And definitely got a lot of other trinkets and stuff in there too, so it's a great collector's item. But yeah, I'll talk about that in the next video. Now, I haven't looked at these. That's another reason to have these glasses on, is that you can barely see it. In fact, I'll do this. Again, these are gifts from OCP Communications. I haven't seen them. The reason I took the box out is that I didn't want to fuck around, waste people's time. So, whatever it is, Mike, thank you so much. I also want to say thank you so much for your friendship. You are my dearest friends, and I'm proud to call you that. And I'm very happy that I have you as a friend. Not because of gifts, not because of other stuff, but because you've always been absolutely dear, loyal friend. And I'm glad that I have people like you and Efri, Michael Keane, Fabio, John. The list goes on and on. I'm very happy to hear that, to know that, to feel that. Thank you so much. Now, first off, we have... Okay, he did tell me it was something to do with the Ninja Turtles, but wow, that's really cool. This is the... Yeah, this is the soundtrack by John Duprez of the first movie. The score, I should say, the score. And they actually did comic book artwork on the back as well. It's from the end of the first movie. And it is strictly the score. That is really cool. Thank you so much for that. That is really neat. I like that a lot. Next up we got... nice. Burt Reynolds' Malone. I've heard of this. I've never seen it. Harley Coatless directed it. HCI hitman on the run who stumbles into a real estate swindle / murder plot in Oregon. Yeah, I've never seen it, but I miss Burt Reynolds. I really do. And I would love to like revisit his TV show Evening Shade and revisit some of his movies, because whether it be Smokey and the Bandit or Hooper, Cannonball Run, I'm looking at him over there because I really enjoyed him as an actor. I was saddened when he passed away. And I thought he had a lot of charisma and talent as an actor. But there's still quite a few of his films I have not seen, this one included, Malone. Okay. Speaking of which, funny enough, here's another one I have not seen, Stick. Oh, Candice Bergen from Murphy Brown's in it. This is actually directed by Burt Reynolds as well. From the Elmore Leonard screenplay. Interested. Based on his own best-selling novel. Interesting. Stick. Yeah, this is a film I've heard a lot about. I know Mike enjoyed it. Most people enjoyed it. And that is the Babadook. I haven't seen it. I've been avoiding it because of all these big reviews. And the last time I saw these reviews were for some fucking shit like Hereditary. Or what the fuck was the other one called? What the cult? It was like The Wicker Man. What the fuck was it called? Not The Village. What the fuck was it called? It was the one with the wannabe Wicker Man bullshit. Oh my god, I can't remember what the fuck it was called. Holy shit. It don't matter. But the Babadook, I'll give it a watch sometime. Thank you so much. Nice. Very solid film. Bat 21. Gene Hackman, Danny Glover. You also have Clayton Rohner in it. Music by Christopher Young. Pretty much Gene Hackman is shot behind enemy lines. He was on a reconnaissance mission. And Danny Glover's trying to keep contact with him, trying to keep him pumped up to keep going, to help drive him home, trying to look for him, trying to find out where exactly he's at. And the film works because of these two actors. They're so wonderful at their job. And solid movie. I believe this is a film I actually have reviewed, and that is Shivers. Very nice to have for the collection. Okay, you're telling me Slither did not steal from this movie? I mean, this looks exactly like a cover that could be for Slither. Oh my god. But yeah, I remember not minding the flick. And this actually has features, because this is from Vestron. Vestron Video is not really doing much nowadays when it comes to releases. I think they might even, for all I know, they'll be bought out soon. But it's too bad. Because some of their releases were cool, like Watcher 2. That's why I was hoping they do Watchers and Watchers 2. But yeah, this has 2 commentary tracks. Interview with David Cronenberg. Interview with actress Lynn Lowry. Special makeup effects creator Joe Blasco. With Greg Danning. So, Shivers. And last but not least, oh, that's really cool. Doctor Sleep. Did not own this film, but now I do. Thank you so much for that. From Shining to Sleep. Oh, here's a little making of. Oh, and this has 2 cuts of the film. The director's cut 3 hours long. Holy shit. Yeah, about 30 minutes longer than the theatrical cut. Don't know how that is, but I do remember liking the flick. I do remember liking it, liking Ewan McGregor's performance. I do remember it being a bit slow, and the fact it's 3 hours, I'm like, what? 3 hours? But we'll see. Yeah, Doctor Sleep. So thank you once again, Mike, for not only being my friend, but thank you for the wonderful gifts. Thank you everyone for watching. And hey, if you want to send me free stuff, let me know. I'll take it. Just to piss off the people that get pissed off about it. I'll do it. I wasn't even going to ask. But hey, since people hate me for it, I'll just do it just to piss them off. Seriously, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the good times. And we'll see more of the good times as we head on out into the Twilight Zone. See you guys later. It's going to be another month and a lot of requests and a lot of videos for you guys, and I hope you enjoy. Take care, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.